All right, see, what's the poll question we have?
We got a few options here for you, Dan.
All right.
Paul just threw out who had the best week.
Best week?
Yes, who had the best week? And the options that he has are Greg Popovich, Natch.
Yeah.
Chris Paul.
Okay.
That's a hell of a good week.
Yeah.
Landed at Golden State. Heck yeah.
Well,
dude.
but he got traded to Washington, so that wasn't a good part of the week.
No.
And then now he gets. By the way, I mentioned this, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, where I had a source who said, hey, Golden State is interested in Chris Paul. And I'm thinking, how could that possibly work? And I mentioned it on the show. I didn't buy into Golden State being interested in Chris Paul or didn't understand it, but my source said, hey, Golden State's interested in Chris Paul. And I go, okay. So I mentioned it on the show. And then I was told, if you're going to re-sign Draymond Green, you have to get rid of Jordan Poole. So we talked about that as well. I thought, okay, you can't have Jordan Poole come back if you're going to have Draymond Green come back. Well, what happens? Jordan Poole gets traded for Chris Paul. So they wrapped it up nicely there with Golden State is interested in Chris Paul and not interested in Jordan Poole and interested in bringing Draymond Green back. That's what happened. But also, it frees them up from all the money they're going to owe Jordan Poole. You bring Chris Paul in. Chris Paul is not going to start, from what I'm told. He'll be that change-up where the second unit comes in, and you got a true bona fide leader, Hall of Famer, and he's going to know his role. Because everybody said the same thing about Chris Paul. He can't shoot threes. No, he can't. That's not what he's there for. He'll give you mid-range jumpers. Hopefully he stays healthy, and he's going to lead the second unit. And maybe he can get something out of Jonathan Kuminga and some of these other players. But Jordan Poole was not going to be there. From what I was told, that if Draymond was coming back, Jordan Poole wasn't going to be there. And that they were targeting Chris Paul. Chris Paul, I think this is the 6th team he's been on. And so he didn't play for the Lakers when he got traded. And then they rescinded that deal. And then he didn't play for Washington. And do I have that right? 6 teams for Chris Paul?
Well, if you look at, he's on New Orleans Pelicans, Clippers, Phoenix, Houston, OKC.
Well, he was a New Orleans Hornet.
Right. He played for 2 different New Orleans franchises, mascots at least. Clippers, Phoenix, Houston, OKC. He was never lost a game as a Wizard, and now he's a...
Okay, how many first ballot Hall of Famers have played for that many teams? Yes, Marv.
Shaq.
Played for the Lakers, Heat, Celtics, Cavs. Mm-hmm. Did I leave out one?
Yeah, Cleveland, Boston, Phoenix, Miami, Orlando.
Oh, Phoenix. Oh,
Orlando.
Lakers.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Orlando. Okay. All right. So Shaq played for that many teams. But Chris Paul going to Golden State, I get it, sort of. It's one of those, I got to watch it. I got to see how it comes out. Like you're going, okay, yeah. It's like when we suggested Russell Westbrook should come off the bench to lead the second team, and then he's like, no, I'm not going to be coming off the bench. And then he eventually came off the bench, and then he found his role. Chris Paul, you've been a starter your entire career, and now your job is going to be to come off the bench and lead the second team with Golden State. Yes, Seton O'Connor?
Chris Paul played 6 seasons for the Hornets, and they paid him $44 million in those 6 seasons.
Yeah.
He did 1 at Oklahoma City, and they paid him $36.
Oh. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, I feel bad for Jordan Poole. You get punched, and you end up with Washington.
They shipped him out.
Yeah.
Poll question?
What's the poll question?
Which is worse, getting punched in the face by a teammate, being shipped to Washington to play basketball? Punch in the face is over in like 5 minutes.
He got both.
Yeah.
I'd much rather get punched in the face.
I think I'd take the punch because I was getting paid and I got to play with Golden State.
Yeah, San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's a miserable year.
The Wizards, that's a punch in the face every day. That you
Draymond Green knocked his teammate out.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, teammate, see you later.
We got to get rid of that guy.
We got to get rid of you.
Got to get rid of the guy. That guy's got to be able to take a better punch.
That is, if you thought Draymond Green was insufferable before.
Oh, he's got to be.
Oh, my God. And now Chris Paul's going to be added into the mix?
Ooh, man. You are not going to want to.
Good luck.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Good luck. Who punches who first?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.